Welcome to Machine Learning Lesson 1.1. In this lesson, we're going to cover, essentially what is machine learning, how we're going to do it, which is using some Python libraries, the two types of machine learning algorithms, models we're going to use, which are either regression or classification, and then how do we go through this whole process of machine learning. So let's get to it. So as the name implies, machine learning is the process of trying to get machines to learn the same way we do. And this is interesting. If you have younger siblings or family members or friends with young kids, watch the way they learn. They're constantly taking information in and adjusting what they do. Well, that's the same thing we want to try to replicate with machines. Feed them a lot of information and get them to learn the right behaviors that we want them to exhibit. Our fascination with machines acting like humans goes way back to early 1900s. Stuff of science fiction. Probably usually originated around robots, and also the idea that you'd be able to somehow in a futuristic world sit in a car and just kind of relax while the car drives itself. Well, if you think about those two analogies, they're happening. There's a hotel in Japan that's staffed by robots. The idea of self-driving cars, it's coming up. Are they perfect? No. But again, back then, this was, stuff that only existed in comic books. Now we're seeing in reality. Okay, so obviously we're not going to get to the really fancy, sophisticated stuff like I just showed you in the last slide, but we can get to a point where we really start learning how to get a machine to learn and do things for us. There are many different ways we can approach this. We're going to use Python. Python has some really rich libraries that makes the whole process of getting introduced to machine learning easy and fun. So pandas and matplotlib, those are the ones that are going to allow us to kind of look at the information. Scikit's the actual library that's going to let us do the machine learning. So what kind of predictions, what kind of things are we going to be able to get the machines to learn? So there's something called regression. Regression would be programs where the machine would be able to predict some future value. Classifications, those are the types of programs we're going to be able to write where the machine's going to be able to determine whether something is this or that. Is this a cat or a dog? Is this a phishing, spamming email, or just a regular email? In doing all this, there's definitely steps to it. Machine learning is an involved process that requires different steps along the way, and really no step can be ignored. So the ones on the right side, 1 through 4, those are the ones where you're just looking at the information. And if you think about it, just like a little kid, you have to make sure that the information being fed into the machine is correct. You feed it bad information, guess what? Machine's stupid. It's going to do what you do based off the bad information. Same way a kid will do. If you teach them, early on that, 2 plus 1 is 1, that's what they're going to learn. Obviously, that's not what we want the machines to learn. So we got to make sure that the information going in is good. And those are steps 1 through 4. Steps 5 through 7 is once we have the information, let's train the machine. Let's get the machine to learn and then to make adjustments on its own so it can finally make those valuable predictions, those valuable classifications that we want it to make. All right, so this was just a quick overview. And again, as we go through it, we're going to go through each of these steps in our process. So hopefully you're excited and hopefully you're not intimidated. This will be easy. Enjoy.